Hello, my name is Donald. Today, I will teach you how to make a simple personal website. We will use HTML, CSS, and a little bit of React. Don't worry, you do not need to know programming before, as I'll be explaining the concepts step by step in a simple and clear English, using a house as an example. Let's dive in. First, let's start with HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. You can think of it like the walls and the rooms in your house. It tells us exactly what goes where on a web page. HTML defines the structure of a web page. HTML uses tags. A tag tells the computer this is a title or this is a paragraph. A tag has an opening and a closing tag. The closing tag has a forward slash to show it's the ending. Everything between the opening and the closing tag is the content. That is what will be displayed on your web page. Since we now have the idea of what HTML is, let's head into our IDE and start writing the code for a simple personal website. This is our IDE, our integrated development environment. We will start by creating a simple web page, and we are going to name it index.html. Let's start typing our HTML code. HTML defines the basic structure of our website. This single line of code tells the browser this is an HTML code, and every other thing that follows should be treated as HTML code. Next, we will type our open HTML tag. And at the very end of the page, we will type our closing HTML tag. Everything on our web page will be inside this tag, the open and the close HTML tag. Inside our HTML tag, we have two main parts, the head and the body. The head is like the information room. It gives the browser detail about the page, like the title. The body is where we put things people can see. Let's add the title. This title will show in the browser tab. In the head, let's add the title. This title will show in the browser tab. And now, inside the body, let's add our headings. H1 means heading 1. It's the biggest heading on the page. We open our H1 tag and type, hello, I'm Donald, and close it with / heading 1. What will be displayed on page will be, hello, I'm Donald. Below our heading, we're going to add a paragraph. P here means paragraph, normal text on our web page. Under my paragraph tag, I'm going to add an image tag. SRC here is the location of the file on my computer, and the alt text is what appears if the file is not found in the location. You'll notice that the image tag doesn't need a closing tag. And finally, I'm going to add a link to another site or another page on my website. In this case, I'm going to link to google.com. Okay, remember to always put the double forward slash. Take note, the A tag is a link to another website or another page in your website. href is the address you want to link to. That is the website or the link you want to link to. And here, the text is what people see in the browser. Now that our basic HTML page have been set up, now let's add some style to it. We are going to be using CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. It tells the browser how our HTML elements should look: color, size, font, space, and even animation. Without CSS, your page will look plain. There are three ways to add CSS to your code. Way number one is inline CSS. This is added inside an HTML tag and it changes only that one tag. Internal CSS. This is added in a style block in the head section. And number three, external CSS in a separate .css file. This is the industry recommended way of adding CSS into your code. CSS has two parts. One, selector, which element you want to style. And two, declaration, what style you want to apply to that element. This line of code is a CSS code. It makes all our H1 text blue and 24 pixel big. This is inline CSS. Only this line of code will be red. And now back to our code. Let's add some internal CSS. We are going to add our internal CSS in the head section using the style tag. As you can see, this is the style tag. We've added a CSS here. This is going to change the H1, this particular element, to blue. Now we are going to add external CSS. As you can see, I've created a file here, my site.css. I will simply paste my CSS here and I will change the paragraph tag to, or the paragraph tags to green. I'll pick the p tag and all the p tags will be changed to green. After adding your code to the external CSS file, as you can see, I've added my code here. I have to go back to my HTML page. In the head section, I will add this link tag. The tag has this attribute real that tells the computer that I want to link to a CSS file. And this other attribute, href, is the location of the file in the computer. And finally, let's add some inline CSS to a code. Okay, I added this h2 tag, which means header 2. This is the second biggest header in a code on a page. So I'll add this inline CSS. As you can see, I've added a style here and I've made the color red. Let's recap. This is the general structure of a web page. Okay, this is a web page. We added the head section, what displays in the tab and gives information about your website. And we have the body. This is the body, or what is being displayed to the viewers on your website. Okay, we added an h1 tag, we added an h2 tag, and we added an image and a link to Google. We also added internal CSS using the style tag. We added and we link to an external CSS file using the link tag. As you can see here, we also added an inline CSS, meaning we are changing the color of this welcome to my first site to red. Okay, now let's look at how it looks in the browser. As you can see, this is the title. It's displayed here, my first site. Okay, this is the H1 tag, this is the H2 tag, this is the paragraph tag, and here, this is the image and the link to Google. If I click on this link, it's gonna open Google. Our third tool of today is React. React is a popular tool that helps developers to build modern, interactive, and fast website. React is a JavaScript library created by Facebook. It's used by big websites like Instagram, Netflix to make pages feel smooth and update faster. The question you might want to ask is, why do I need React? React lets you build reusable parts like one button and a card you can reuse in many places in your website. Secondly, it updates only the parts that change so your site feels faster. Three key ideas in React are: one, component, one small part of a website, like a button, and two, props, extra information to make that part different. And finally, JSX, a special way to write HTML code inside JavaScript. React is all about building small reusable blocks for your website. You can mix them, change them, and make your site faster and more fun to use.